Hi, I'm Erica Douglas, and today I want to share with you my content generation technique. Now, by the end of this video, if you do and follow along and do all the little tasks, I'm guaranteeing that you're going to have at least 40 posts, 40 post ideas for your blog. Now, whether you've got a new blog or you're just starting a blog or you've got an established blog, this is a great content generation technique. And I've used this over and over again. And I've been blogging for about 4.5 years now across several blogs. And I've written thousands of posts. And this is always the way that I come up with my post ideas. Especially if I'm going through times where I'm kind of struggling. Sometimes content will just come to you, other times you're struggling, and you can go back to this tool, this technique again and again. So let's get on with it. Basically, I'm going to bring up this template. This is what you need to put together. So grab a piece of paper and a pen or a pencil, and you need to put together something like this. So in the center, a big circle, blog. And then you need 4 arms. And you don't need these lines here, but because we're going to write things in here now, because I'm just going to pull this down just in case you can't see the right at the bottom. Oops, gone too far. This is our blogger ebook, by the way, that I'm not supposed to be showing you, but hey ho. So yeah, so there's basically 4 arms, and then we've got an area in each of the 4 corners for a different title. So the first title I want up here is Me and My History. Me and my history. So write that down now. The second thing, so firstly, me and my history. That is everything about you and how you got round to starting your business, how you got round to learning the craft that you're in, or whatever it is. I'm going to give you some examples in a minute when I move on to the next page. But the next title I want over here is What I Know About What I Make, Do, or Sell. What I know about what I make, do, or sell. Now, it's important to think about this in the way that you are the person that knows your business better than anyone else. You know what it is you do. You know what it is you sell. You know where you get it from, how it's made, if you make it yourself, how you gained those skills. You're basically an expert. And a lot of people don't like to call themselves an expert, maybe because they think it's a bit big-headed, but yeah, you are an expert on your business. So you have got so much information to impart to people that want to learn about your business. You're the best person to be able to impart that knowledge to them. In the third area down here, we want my customers. And finally, in the fourth area, we want the title Frequently Asked Questions. So once you've done that, I'm just going to scroll the page down so that I can show you another thing. This is quite small writing, so I don't know if you'll be able to see this. But this is an example of how to fill this in now. So basically, the example I'm using here is that I run a pottery business making and selling jugs and condiment dishes. My list of topics would look something like this. So in the About Me part, the Me and My History, I've got how I started making pottery, where and how long it's taken me to learn, my studio, photos of my studio, maybe even a video of my studio if you have that technology, about my staff, how I design my pieces, a video of me at work making a jug, a dish, or a bowl. This is great. I mean, people love to see how things have been made, especially if they've purchased something off you. To be able to show them how it's been made is great. Provenance is big business these days, so that's a great one. Featured piece of pottery, so once a week you could have a featured piece, something new that you've made, something new that you're developing. If you're not in the pottery business, it could be a new product that you've had in, or a new service that you've added to your list of services. And the last one, where I take my inspiration for new pieces. That also can include if you've won awards, if you've attended events, all things like that as well. So under the next title, which is What I Know About What I Make, Do or Sell, a history of pottery in my area, what raw materials and equipment I use, what it takes to be a good potter. Perhaps somebody's following you and they've bought some of your pieces and they're interested in getting involved in doing that yourself. You might find that you build up such a following that you decide to open an extra sort of strand to your business and go into teaching people how to make their own pottery. So beyond that, my 10 favourite things about being a potter. People love lists online because they're easy to read and they're interesting usually. Difficult aspects of being a potter. New techniques in pottery. All of these are building your in the mindset of other people. It's building you up to be an expert in what you do. And if you've been doing what you do any number of time, then you are an expert. If you know more than, say, 95% of the rest of the population about your particular area, then, you know, you can pretty much call yourself an expert, I think. News about pottery-related topics. Reviews of pottery fairs, etc. So become the go-to place for news and updates on pottery, or, of course, whatever your business is. In the third section was about my customers. So perhaps you could highlight a customer of the week. Obviously, with their permission, they might like to do a little guest post for you saying which piece of pottery they'd bought, or why it is that they are into pottery, or anything like that. And the final area is frequently asked questions. No doubt you get a number of frequently asked questions, as any business does, via the email. This is a great way to build up ideas for blog post ideas and just answer one a week. And you can do that in a video, short talking head video, or say a specific question comes in about the product that you're selling, then you can answer that doing a little video or a little presentation, or doing some close-up pictures, or, you know, there's the list of things is endless. And I think half the problem is that why businesses can't come up with good blog post ideas is because they don't think that a lot of these ideas are going to be interesting to the audience. But the truth is that they really are. And even the most basic idea you think, oh, nobody would be interested in that, could be that one post that actually does spark interest and does go viral and is of real interest to your audience. So pretty much you should have about 10 ideas, I reckon, in each area of the of each of those arms, and that would give you 40 blog post ideas. Now, if you're doing 2 to 3 a week, that's going to last you quite a while. And then basically once you've exhausted all of your ideas, you start the template again. But perhaps you'll start to drill down on particular ideas. So instead of coming up with very general titles, you might start with one of the things you did and maybe about my staff. So you'd have about my staff up there and ask your staff to do a guest post, one each. If you've got 10 staff, that's 10 posts. If you've only got 2 members of staff, perhaps they can do their work area, what they enjoy about their job, which is their favourite piece of pottery, how they learnt to do what they do. So you can see how you can start to drill down. Over here, we've got my 10 favourite things about being a potter. So, I mean, you could have that up here and then go on to other 10 list ideas. My 10 pieces of famous pottery. My 10, favourite potters in the world. Or, I mean, I don't know a hell of a lot about pottery, to be honest. This is some random example I wanted to use just to show you that it can be done in any topic. So I hope that that's been helpful for you, and get your piece of paper out if you haven't already and work on that. And don't forget to subscribe to our blog, www.aceinspire.com, where we'll be putting up more videos for you over the next few weeks and months ahead.